favorites were the ones that were a little serious, a little funny, and a little disturbing all at the same time. It's that right particular mixture. So, this question stood out from all the others as, you know what, I think this is our finalist question. Are you ready, gentlemen?
I believe so.
All right. The final question for all the marbles and the AT-AT riding with wobbly head thing and a box of prizes at the Phoenix Ultimate Geek Smackdown 2012 is, who has bigger daddy issues? You got Luke. Oh, God. You want Luke? Will you give Luke the...
I will give you Luke.
Are you going to smack your head again?
I can do Luke.
No, you...
I will try to do Batman.
You guys just like good sports. I'm just going to be embarrassed to see you smack yourself in the head. So... Richard is going to be doing Batman. Art is going to have Luke Skywalker. All right. You ready, gentlemen? Richard, you got the first word on this particular topic. Rocket.
All right. Batman. He is the embodiment of daddy issues. Now, look at that suit. Do you see that? Striped hair and the heart of the evil? That's because his dad died. That whole get-up, the whole reason for his being is because his father died, and his father let him down. Like, you cannot get into a more intimate character about daddy issues than someone whose sole purpose for living and fighting crime is because of their parents dying. Every word he speaks, every action he does, is because he is so messed up about his parents' failure. Now, on top of that, it gets even worse. Because his dad was like a giant mogul, like head of the Wayne Corporation, right? You want to screw your kid up? How about you drive him psychologically insane and turn him into a crazy bat person, and then give him a multi-million-dollar corporation to take over? You're not going to screw a kid up more than that. Not to mention that, like, okay, yes, I love Star Wars, and Luke Skywalker is a great, good old boy. He grew up his whole life not knowing who his dad was. Yes, it was revealed to him, and yes, it was a shocker, but they bonded in the end. Like throwing the Emperor with him. That's all I have that recollection.
Thank you for an opening novella. Art. Don't get in.
Yes, one is right. I think Luke Skywalker's daddy issues are far more significant, if you will, than Mr. Wayne. Because Mr. Wayne's daddy issues really are driven by both of his parents being killed, as opposed to just his father. Luke, being immaculately conceived somehow, has more distinct daddy issues, and his issues came to the forefront in a rush, an immediate rush, as he discovered the identity of his father, as opposed to Mr. Wayne, who knew from the very beginning that his father was murdered, and it really had a greater impact on Luke to find out that his father was a Sith Lord and serving the Empire loyally until the very end, when he betrayed the Emperor, unfortunately. So I think Luke's daddy issues are far more significant than Mr. Wayne.
Who here cooks? Okay, all right. Now, if you're going to make, like, a really nice daddy issue stew, now, are you going to get Campbell's Instant Daddy Issue stew and pop it in the microwave and beep, 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 2 minutes is done? Oh, Luke, I'm your father, cut off your hand, ooga, booga, booga. No. You're going to make a nice sweet base of, like, guilt and regret for your dad being this awesome mogul, and then you're going to mix in the spice of, like, not being there because you're too busy working, and then you're going to slowly boil it over, like, I don't know, 15 years after your death. And then when you come back to eat it, and you taste the grumpiest daddy issue stew you've ever had, and you become the Dark Knight.
Luke's father tried to kill him. Luke's father, he had to fight his father, whereas Wayne's dad, it's all in his own head. Luke's father was there and tried to kill him, and Luke had to try to resist and deal with the fact that his own father is trying to kill him in the name of the emperor. So clearly the daddy issues are more significant for Luke than it would be for Mr. Wayne, because his daddy issues are of his own making.
They are, and they're constantly ongoing because of it. And that's why they are daddy issues. You fight your dad, you're trying to fight your daddy issues. Luke eventually accepts that when they're all holding hands, dancing with some tiny little Ewoks alongside. Those daddy issues get resolved. Like, yes, it's a big rush, but then it ends. There's no more daddy issues. Once you see the new CG version of them all holding hands and being all like, no more daddy issues.
Version.
No more daddy issues.
Richard, final word of the topic.
Batman's pretty messed up.
Luke's dad tried to kill him. With a lightsaber.
Very short, very sweet. All right, big round of applause for both these guys. Now you all have a decision to make. Is our Phoenix Ultimate Geek SmackDown winner Art? You hire out a professional cheerleader or you need to just go to panels and just do that. That's pretty cool. Or for Phoenix Ultimate Geek SmackDown winner Richard and the Batman. Meaty box of prizes for you, and